In 3, 2, go.
All right, I'm building a web startup called Dino.sr, or Dinosaur. It's a social site that's essentially the GDGT for gamers. So the site revolves around video games you've played, beaten, want to play, or in progress. And there's a twist, because Dinosaur is a game itself. So users get rewarded by participating. They earn points to level up and unlock features for their profile, get badges and artifacts based on accomplishing tasks, and even earn tangible rewards like discounts on video games and entrance to events. So there's also a Foursquare-like element where a user can earn the position of a game boss for a particular game page, which means they get benefits like getting to be in charge of the Q&A for that page, and special perks like beta keys for new games or whatever else we can hook up with the game companies. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And gaming is an enormous industry and it's growing, and we'll make money with affiliate commissions on selling games, selling virtual goods on our own site, leveraging our user data to deliver targeted advertising, and eventually through hosting events and tournaments. And the big vision is to build a comprehensive database of information on every game ever created, from Atari to Xbox to iPad to even board games.
Excellent.
And become the IMDb of gaming. Phew,
Okay.
that was it.
There you go. You did it in just over 60 seconds. You heard the clock go off. I'm going to ask everybody in the chat room to rate the pitch. So put pitch, colon, the number, and then idea. I see 8.7, I see 8.6, I see 7.5 and 8. Great pitch. Mascot looks cool. People like that. Pitch 8.5, idea 7, pitch 8. Vez Quicks says, not bad. 7.7, 8, 6.3, 7.5, 7.5, 7.9, 8.7, 8.7, 8.7, 7.6, 6.5, 8.6, 7, 6.5. Pitch went a little too long. 8, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6. You're right in the 8. Let's call it the 7 zone. You're right in the 7 zone, which is pretty good on both things. And so, Tyler, what are your thoughts?
Pitch I wasn't crazy about. It had this speedy, monotone. I think you pick fewer words and pick your word battle very carefully instead of trying to give in the whole, and if you order now and we'll throw in 2 knives. It just kind of...
It was a little dense.
Yeah.
And he could have, more might have been less.
Yes, less would have been more, yeah.
You went for, it's the GDGT, it's got profiles, and it's the Foursquare, and it's the IMDb. So when somebody says, I'm building the Foursquare, IMDb, and the GDGT, you're basically watering it down at a certain point. You don't need to say you're like every single thing on the planet, right? I mean,
Right.
I think GDGT did a pretty good job. I understand GDGT has information. I'm an investor in GDGT on the board of it, so obviously I know about it, so it's a good move using that as an analogy. If you're going to a VC and you use one of their previous companies, you're playing to their ego a little bit, so that's smart. And so I like the pitch as well. What did you rate the pitch?
Pitch, I'm going to give a 6.5.
6.5. If you cut out a little extraneous stuff?
Yeah, the good news is it's far easier to get simpler than to...
Right.
Yeah, so you have your work cut out for you. You're obviously smart and you just...
Yeah. So if you edited it a little bit, what would you pop up to?
It could easily be a 8.
Yeah. So I have a similar thing. I was going to give it like a 7. Maybe 7.5. I'm not as critical on the technical details as Tyler is, having been the person who helped coach people for 3 years on the TechCrunch 50 event, and also coaches everybody for the Open Angel Forum. So you did a really good job on the pitch. Everybody agrees on that. The idea? The idea,
it can be huge. I mean, gaming is the new entertainment. It's
right.
The new TV, the new movie. You know.
Absolutely.
And there's still yet to be these huge dominant things.
There is not a vertical social network in gaming that I know of. I do know people are adding social features to gaming, and so I think you have something there. Execution is going to be very hard. Acquiring customers, very hard. But once you do get people in there, it could become potentially sticky.
Yeah.
So it's a long, slow road, and you're going to have a hard time and a challenge getting the viral loop going. So my first question to you is, how are you going to get distribution? How are you going to market this?
Good question. So I've been building websites for a long time, and I'm also a writer for Mashable and Gizmodo. I'm actually in the Columbia Journalism School right now, and really involved in social media. And for the last little while, my website business has turned into creating viral pieces for campaigns. And so part of the strategy will be sort of making Dinosaur this viral sort of site where, we're going to do a content strategy. We're going to produce stuff to try and get eyeballs through, Dig and some of these other places. We're also going to recruit a crew of early people to go in and start using the site and building the foundation of the community, so that when people arrive, there's already a community going on. And we're going to be holding a huge launch event, and we're we're going to do subsequent parties to start a network effect from there. So basically the idea is to recruit some of the core people that will spread it from there.
Great. So you're going to take the same approach as GGGT, pre-populate, have good people involved in it. Is your Twitter account Dinosaur?
We reserved it, but we haven't done anything on it yet.
Okay, so people can go follow Dinosaur on Twitter. You now have 1 follower. Congratulations. I've just followed it. I think it's a good idea. What's the state of the company? Is it you? Is it a couple founders? Have you raised angel money? You're putting your money in yourself? Do you have day jobs? Take us through the corporate scenario.
Okay, it's me and one other guy. We're both graduating from grad school in 1 week, and site's about half done. We were planning on launching it this month, but graduation kind of took precedence. So
who's building the site? Who's doing the coding of the site?
I am, and my partner.
What language is it written in?
Ruby on Rails.
Ruby on Rails. Are you a programmer? How long have you been programming for?
I've been programming for about 3 years. I started out in design, and this other guy, he's a CS major.
Oh, good.
So, yeah. So. And as far as the, I'm sorry, I totally blanked on the first.
No problem. So basically, you guys are funding. You guys are building it yourself, no funding, doing it at nights and weekends, or blowing off class, or maybe even doing it during class. To be frank, because you have your laptop open anyway.
Yeah, and actually, I'm graduating. My other websites are supporting me at this point, and I've turned down full-time job offers coming out of graduation so I can do this.
Great.
So I'm 100% in on it.
Awesome. I think it's very interesting. I'd like to encourage you to apply to the Open Angel Forum. I think it's got legs, and I'd like to hear more about it. I'm going to ask superfan Scott Simcoe, who is the blogger for This Week In Startups, to do a follow-up with you and get more information. And well done. Well done.
You've been watching This Week in Startups. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.